Hello, I'm Allison and this is my first booktube video. I have never done this before, but I am so excited. I have comfortable pants and I am going to be discussing my favorite books of the year. Okay, so let's get started. This book is a Cinderella retelling with geek and fandom things mixed into it. If you love anything fandom, and you understand fandom, you will love this book. Hopefully. I hope. I mean, it's not like I know. All of her life, Elle has loved this show called Starfield, and Starfield is basically something that she grew up with and that she bonded with her dad over, and that her mom and dad met over with at a convention for it. Starfield is a giant part of her life, just as many fandoms are for many people. So basically, after her dad has passed away and so has her mom, she's living with her stepmom and stepsisters and working in a food truck, and she's running a blog called, I forgot, I think it's Star Gunners or something, I'm sorry. But basically, then she's online, she's finding out because Starfield is being adapted into a movie. So all these fans are like, oh my god, who's gonna be cast? And we have this guy cast who is Darian. Darian on the other side of the cover. Darian is basically this guy who is in a mainstream show. People don't respect it as much. It's kind of like all these fangirls love him because of his abs and shit like that. So so many people like him for that, and then Starfield fans are not too pleased. AKA Elle is not too pleased with the casting of Darian Friedman. Anyway, this book is amazing. You should read it. I love it. Okay. How am I gonna edit this? How do people do this? Like, I don't understand. Okay. The next on my list is none other than Eliza and Her Monsters. Oh my god. This book, I posted it a lot. Not as much as some of the other ones though. I love this book. This book was very authentic. And another book kind of centered about fandom. It's about this girl named Eliza who online is this, it has the avatar of Lady Constellation, anonymous. People don't know who it is, but she makes this webcomic online that's very famous, that's like so famous like around the world, and people have no idea who she is. Basically, in real life, she's like this kind of invisible girl who doesn't really interact with people, isn't popular, and is always very quiet and shy. While online, she is so well known. Then this guy named Wallace comes up, and he's a huge fan of Monster C, which is the webcomic that Eliza makes, and she's never interacted with a fan before. She's never really interacted with anyone on this kind of level before, and they start talking, they become friends, and he thinks that she's just any other fan, but she isn't. She is Lady Constellation, the creator. So basically, this has to do with what happens when Eliza's secret comes out and everything goes to hell. No, not really, but okay. But everything comes out and she has to deal with it, and there's so much stuff that she has to deal with. But everything goes to hell. So I'm going to be reading my review of this book. Alright. So I said, holy shit, this is one of the best books I've read. The writing style is spectacular and so perfect. The book was very accurate and real life in ways that captured the teen life that Eliza had. I mean, there wasn't constant drama all the time for entertainment. It was normal and like life was going on, but there were underlying problems. The writing was so natural, and the way Eliza's life was described never made me bored. The certain way this book, okay, I remember this, okay, like the way that this book was written made it so easy for me to visualize it, and I felt like I was living the story, like it was a movie basically in front of me, but 10 times better. And and it was so good. I have never visualized a book so clearly in my mind before. I need help. Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I love this book. Okay, I already said that, like, for every single book here, but I do, okay? So, leave me alone. So, basically, Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I thought that this was an amazing book because basically, this is a book about this girl named Emily. Her best friend disappears off, like, the face of the earth, basically. She has no idea where her best friend Sloane went. She had all these plans for her, and the only thing that she has left from her is this note that has a list of things that for Emily to do, basically because every time that Sloane would go away, which would normally be for not too long, then she would give her, then Sloane would give Emily this list of things to do, since Emily is not a very extroverted person. Emily never usually did them, but since Sloane has disappeared and she's still not there after a while, and she has no idea where she went, she thinks that maybe if she completes the things on the list, then she might be able to get closer to Sloane and somehow find her along the way. So basically, this is about Emily's kind of journey through trying to complete this list. She's kind of coming out of her shell, and she's doing so much. This was a book focused on things with friendship, finding yourself, and like new bonds made, coming out of your shell and trying new experiences. It was a fun book, as much and lighthearted and fluffy, but also I think helped me a lot as someone who doesn't always do things, and I feel like it helped me kind of realize more about myself, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I love this book. I love this book. I made like a 3-paragraph review on this. It is an amazing book. I had so much to say about this. The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Oh my god. I love this book. So basically it is about this guy, Henry Montague, they call him Monty, and basically Monty this is a historical fiction novel that's like has like comedy in it. It's really fun. I'm not normally a historical fiction reader. I'm more of a fantasy, realistic fiction reader, but amazing. I loved it. And it opened my eyes to more historical fiction. It's like a gateway book, basically. This book, it was so well done. The voice is prevalent throughout the entire book. You have the diversity with a bisexual character and also a African-American character, along with a kick-ass female. Let me just say, she is awesome. So basically, we have Monty is leaving the estate and going off on a trip with his best friend Percy and his sister Felicity. All like the amazing trio. Love them. They're amazing. And basically go off on this boat, and Monty's really excited because he has a major crush on Percy, and he's excited because he wants to spend all this time with Percy, and he thinks he's gonna be alone with Percy, but then he's like, oh, Felicity's coming, my sister's coming. Oh my god. Monty he's kind of like more on the wild side, sort of, sometimes, and his father disapproves of him. He can party, he can go drink and sometimes and be very reckless, but we love him because he's Monty. And basically then we have Percy, who is like the voice of reason. He's so sweet. Percy is the sweetest. He is literally the sweetest. He's like the cinnamon roll of your life. And basically he's an amazing character who kind of helps Monty calm down, and Monty's just like, oh my god, I love you. No, I don't know. Then we have Felicity, who basically is hilarious because in this book, I love how the boys are always like scared of things, and Felicity's like, you babies, you guys are like idiots. Like she's very intelligent. She's very headstrong. She doesn't let people make her decisions for her. She's an amazing character. And basically, all these three go off on a journey on this boat, and they all are thinking that they're just on vacation when some crazy stuff happens and everything turns a little haywire, and they find themselves in a wholly, totally different situation than they thought they would. Oh. Yeah, but I love this book. I love the characters. The characters are amazing. Each one has a very distinct personality. The voice makes everything very entertaining, and just bravo, freaking vo. Oh, look at that. What did you guess? Okay, like on every single 2017 book haul, best books of the year, what do you think? It's freaking Cassandra Clare, and it's Lord of Shadows, okay? Lord of Shadows, oh, this book. Okay. See? Do you see how much I like this book? Do you see all the post-its? Do you see? Oh my god. So basically, we have Lord of Shadows, which is an amazing book. I mean, I can't really say much about it, like the plot or anything. I'm not going to tell you about the plot because, okay, you could just look it up also because, I mean, you could do that for any of these books, but my point is that it's too deep in the series for me to explain much because if you're behind on the train, you got a long way to go. Let's be honest, there are so many books. But honestly, this book is amazing. As usual, Cassandra Clare delivers everything beautifully. She has amazing characters with charm and wit, and it's hilarious. This book has action, serious moments, places that make you cry and want to die. The perfect blend of everything you could ever want is Cassandra Clare's writing. Let's be honest, okay? And I don't even know, man. Like, how anyone can explain to you in the book world, like, holy shit, Cassandra Clare's writing, beautiful. You know, it's like you could go anywhere and you will know. All right. Finally, we have one of my favorite books of all time. Like I said, I'm not a rereader. I don't reread. But then I read this book 4 times, and I read it twice this year. So yeah. I'm thinking, oh my god, it's another Sarah J. Maas fan. Look, okay, Sarah J. Maas is beautiful. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful book. I love it so much. It has taught me so many things. And I feel like this book teaches so many people so many things. It's a big-ass book filled with beautifully written characters that are so different. There's so much diversity in each one of them. They all have distinct personalities, and you love them all, and you know them all. It's like your community. It's like a family. Gorgeous. And if you don't know what this book is, where have you been? Where have you been? I don't understand. Like, I'm not gonna spoil this. Should I spoil this? I don't know. Okay, man. I'm not gonna spoil this because that is totally not okay. I'm not, just, no. But basically, this book, my prized possession, because not only is it my favorite book with amazing characters that did make me want to cry and also like make me smile every 2 seconds while also crying in between that, and just being so well written and having such witty characters, having such amazing humor, and everything you could ever want. And also, it's like you want to both hug it and like throw it across a wall, you know? Like, how do you explain this book? Beautiful. But another reason is because I'm very proud of myself. If I want to wrap up the year, I also want to show a sneak peek of the art I did in this book, because when there was that phase of like art defacing, I also did some art stuff in it, and I'm very proud of it, and I love this book. I showed this to Sarah during the A Quarter of Wings and Ruin tour in Pennsylvania. Amazing, just amazing. I love her. She is such a great person. Also, even though I don't totally know her. But this is not my only piece of artwork. I'm probably gonna make a video about. Oh, that sounds so weird. It's like I'm a YouTuber. YouTuber. Weird. I'm like, am I even in this community yet? Like, I don't feel like I'm officially here. So I painted this, and I love it. I also made this area for each of the courts. Basically, we have the day court, the summer court, the spring court. I'm sorry. If you're in the spring court, I'm sorry, it's not your fault, okay? Alright, and the autumn court, the winter court, and the dawn court. Beautiful, beautiful. And then we have to the stars who listen and to the dreams that are answered. Of course. Like, if you read this book and understand, you would understand. I made stuff like Valaris, and also this was supposed to be the human city, but it got messed up. But, you know, at least it kind of looks like it's on purpose. That's what Sarah said, so. Like, we're besties. Totally. Oh my god. And then we have stuff like this, like, which has each character thing in it. Actually, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll go over it in a future video, hopefully. But I am so proud of this. I spent like 3 months making this beautiful. What is the beautiful? Also, it's a new year now, and I totally actually missed the countdown and everything. I had no idea.